concerning is Trey Lance's low completion percentage?
Well, it's I think it's a concern. I mean,
57.7 last season.
Yeah, and if you looked at it, I mean, you take out like one half of one game, it was like 52%. Yeah, I mean, I would say a good completion percentage has got to be at least 64, 65 or higher, and he's 52, 57 in that range. And he doesn't throw the most catchable ball, and he doesn't throw a consistent spiral. So yeah, to me, a high completion percentage is a huge. The completion percentage period is a huge factor, and a low completion percentage is concerning. If it stays low, it's very concerning.
Absolutely. I just don't think it's a concern yet because I think he's like the ultimate small sample size guy.
Sure.
I mean, he's got 2 starts, and in the second one, he completed 70% of his throws. So maybe not. It could be. In preseason, I know he was 19 of 41. He had 10 drops. Now he's partially responsible for the drops, but I think his accuracy essentially is decent enough. And with this offense, he should be able to complete 70% of his throws if he's not like throwing 90-mile-an-hour slants. Like if he can not do that, I think just the offense around him should boost his completion percentage. I mean, they can always let him do the little shovel pass thing that they did for Jimmy Garoppolo. I call those the Jimmy Gimmies. They should be able to manufacture a higher completion percentage for him. If they can't, then yeah, it's a big problem.
If it doesn't improve dramatically a la Josh Allen, it's a concern. But when you watch Josh Allen and you watch him at Wyoming and then you saw him early with Buffalo and then you saw him this year, there's belief that it's going to get a lot better.
I mean, he did complete 67% of his passes that year at North Dakota State. I mean, I think he makes good decisions with the ball. He doesn't force it. He may not be the most naturally accurate quarterback, but I think in this system with Debo and Ayuk and Kittle, I think he's going to have a high completion percentage. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be like 2015 Cam Newton where he's the MVP, but he's completing 55% of his passes because he's throwing everything down the field. Like, I don't think the offense is really set up for that. I think there's going to be a lot of easy stuff built in. And as long as he doesn't throw it as hard as he can, it should be okay.
To me, this is more about Kyle than it is about Lance because his completion percentage in that Arizona game, throw the guy a couple swing passes, throw the guy some passes in the flat. How about a shallow cross? There are ways to scheme up a higher completion percentage. Heck, is Kyler Murray the most accurate quarterback in the NFL? No, but he's accurate enough, and a lot of Kingsbury's stuff is underneath. And that's what builds up your percentage.
Yeah, I mean, in his second start ever, Trey Lance was 16 to 23. So is that going to be the norm for him? I have no idea, but we know that him and Kyle can do it. So I think they can figure it out. I think, like you said, it comes down to Kyle. Kyle has a really good feel for how to call plays for Jimmy Garoppolo, how to accentuate his strengths and minimize his weaknesses. Like that took time. I think it's going to take a little bit of time with Kyle, with Trey, but they should be able to do it. He's done it. He did it in the second start. We saw it big time in the second half of that start.
Shovel passes. Yeah. I mean, if you want, there's ways to keep the ball out of the air and still quote unquote throw passes. And that shovel pass play, which they seem to love, is a way to manufacture a higher completion percentage.
Also, get Trey Lance in space by moving the pocket with rollouts left and right. Jimmy Garoppolo was so heavy-footed he couldn't really get away from the pass rush, but Trey Lance just accelerates away from it. Give him space. He's really natural throwing the ball on the move anyway.
Yeah, I thought, that touchdown to Debo where he got outside the pocket and threw his laser down the field. I think Trey's arm talent is, if you can get him out of the pocket and give him a couple extra seconds to survey the field, I think he could be deadly.
Absolutely. And his biggest runs are going to come when he's scrambling, not necessarily on the zone read. I think he averaged like 11 yards a carry on scrambles last year.
And he doesn't take hits on the scrambles. He does take hits on the design quarterback run.